The All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and his counterpart in the People's Democratic Party (PDP), former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, on Wednesday began the search for their running mates. The spokesman for the Tinubu campaign organization, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, in an interview with one of our correspondents, said the APC presidential candidate would meet the APC governors whom he said would pick the former Lagos State governor's running mate. It was also gathered that Tinubu would meet party leaders, including the national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, before the end of the week. As Tinubu began the search for his running mate, Atiku on Wednesday held a closed-door meeting with the PDP governors in Abuja with a view to picking the party's vice presidential candidate. At the APC presidential primary, which started on Tuesday and was rounded off on Wednesday, Tinubu garnered 1,271 votes to clinch the party's presidential ticket. The chairman of the Convention Election Management Committee, Governor Abubakar Bangudu of Kebbi State, at the Eagle Square, Abuja, announced that a former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, got 316 votes. The Vice President, Yemi Osibanjo, got 235 votes. The former Minister of State for Education, Chukwuemeka Nwanjeba, 1 vote. Senator Rochas Okorocha and Pastor Tunde Bakare got 0 votes each. On Monday, northern governors had insisted on power shift to the south, despite the national chairman's endorsement of the president of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, from the northeast as the party's consensus candidate. Tinubu, in his acceptance speech after his victory, said those who did not support him should not be afraid. He further said, "Our teeming youth population is our nation's greatest asset. We will create jobs for our youth from Zamfara and Ogun gold deposits to the vast agricultural lands across the country. We will create new opportunities in the fintech sector, the creative and entertainment industries, digital skills, and other areas." But there were strong indications on Wednesday that both Tinubu and Atiku had started searching for their running mates, and ahead of the Independent National Electoral Commission's June 17 deadline for parties to submit their candidates list. Onanuga, in an interview with The Punch, stated that Tinubu already had an arrangement with the APC governors that if he emerged the candidate of the party, the governors would decide the person to pick. According to him, Tinubu prefers a collective responsibility than doing it on his own. The spokesman stated, "The vice president can come from any region and religion, but the Progressive Governors Forum is at liberty to pick. Up till now, we are all aware that Atiku has not chosen a VP, yet he was elected before him. But in our own case, it is a party affair. The party leaders will look at the chances and decide how they will balance a Muslim from the south, maybe with somebody that comes from the northeast, north central, or from northwest. That is how it is done. I cannot convert the party." The governor, Atiku Bangudu-led PGF, has the task to pick a competent deputy for him, he said. Asked when Tinubu might likely meet with the governors, Onanuga stressed that, though a date had not been chosen, it would not take long. Already he has a cordial relationship with virtually all of them. He will also have to understand that he has just picked the presidential ticket. I'm also sure that this issue of picking the right candidate for VP will be in the minds of the party leadership and the APC governors too. At this moment, we just want to pause and take a rest from the stress of the just concluded campaign. An aide of the Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari, who confided in The Punch, said that the presidential candidate would meet with northern governors in Abuja before the weekend. The aide said, "The issue of the vice presidential candidate has been settled even before the presidential primary. From all indications, things are moving according to plans, while the elders from the northwest had suggested one of the popular and loyal party members as his deputy. The majority leader of the House of Representatives, Alsan Ado Dogowa, said the running mate of the presidential candidate of the APC might come from the northeast geopolitical zone. According to Ado Dogua, this is based on the current zoning arrangement of the APC. Speaking on politics today, a current affairs program on Channels Television, a few hours after the presidential primary of the APC on Wednesday, Ado Dogua said the vice presidential candidate might come from the northeast while the leadership of the ruling party will deliberate on the religion factor. When one of our correspondents contacted the APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Moka on the phone, he neither picked the call nor responded to the SMS sent to him. Meanwhile, Atiku and some APC governors have congratulated Tinubu on his emergence as the APC presidential candidate. The Kano State Governor Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, in a statement, said the former Lagos State Governor has the capacity to provide the needed leadership that will consolidate and continue to ensure the country's democratic gains. On their part, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, and the Deputy Speaker, Ahmed Wuse, lauded Tinubu. Gbajabiamila, in a statement by his spokesman, Lanre Lasisi, described Tinubu as his mentor and dogged Democrat. Meanwhile, the APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu said the overwhelming votes received by Tinubu showed that the APC had a nationalistic disposition. Adamu's views was contained in a statement issued by his media aide Mohammed Lawan in Abuja. He stated, "I write on behalf of the entire membership of the All Progressive Congress to congratulate Your Excellency on the sterling victory that you recorded at the just concluded Special National Convention to emerge as the presidential candidate of our great party. Your victory has vindicated our party's nationalistic outlook and patriotic posture as the party of choice for every Nigerian. I'm pleased that the party spoke with one voice when the delegates voted overwhelmingly to nominate you as our presidential candidate. It is my sincere hope and prayer that our collaborative efforts between the party's national secretariat and your presidential campaign team will proceed with the shared expectations of victory at the 2023 general elections by the grace of God," he said. The Ondo State Governor, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, commended Buhari and other APC leaders for the smooth conduct of the primary. Akeredolu, in a statement by his chief press secretary, Mr. Richard Olatunde, on Wednesday stated, "The contest was a brotherly scramble. The aspirants, the leaders of our great party, must now leverage on our political strength to build the party and reposition it for even greater victory."